Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're well. It's Alessio. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. But before I start, I want to first of all just quickly mention something important, which is that in the post just recently, I received this package from YouTube, and let me just show you what it is. Essentially, this is what you get from YouTube once you pass 100,000 subscribers. And so, a big thanks to YouTube, but also a very big thanks to you. I want to thank you very much, guys, all of you, for being such fantastic subscribers and also for watching my videos. So really, guys, I couldn't make this channel without you. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching these videos, and I'll try my best to put as much great informational and useful content in these videos. Let me just continue now to the next important bit, which is about Bitcoin. Now, here's an interesting thing that nobody's talking about in regards to Bitcoin, and that's because nobody can see what I'm about to show you. Take a look at this chart behind me. And what in this chart I'm going to show you is this. On this chart, you can see four or five dots, red dots. And now it depends on what kind of chart you're using. But on my chart, which is behind you right there, there are four dots on an indicator which we developed called the pulse signal. And what this pulse signal essentially means is that a potentially big move is going to happen on Bitcoin. Now, let me explain more about this. Essentially, these red dots, what they're essentially indicating is that there's about to be a transition from low to high volatility. All right, it's a bit like, imagine like, for example, a pressure cooker. So imagine you put the pressure cooker and then you turn the temperature to its maximum. What's going to happen eventually is that pressure cooker, it wants to release the energy, release that steam and energy is building up inside of it. And that's going to result in an explosive movement. And that's what's happening right now on Bitcoin. So you're seeing these red dots forming, this pulse signal that's forming, which means what? Which means that eventually, quite soon, now it might take a few days, it might take a week or so, but eventually we're going to see this transition from low to high volatility and a big potential move happening on Bitcoin. Now, the interesting question is this big move going to happen to the upside, or is the big move going to happen to the downside? We don't know. But there are a number of interesting indications that tell us the big move could potentially happen to the upside. So the probability seems to favor a move to the upside than the downside. I already explained in my previous video last week as to the reasons why it might break to the upside. And some of the reasons has to do with seasonality. We know the October to December period is a very strong and positive period for Bitcoin. So seasonality has an important effect or impact on the markets. The other reason is that a lot of folks out there are just very bearish on Bitcoin. The sentiment among the public right now is still rather bearish. Most people right now have a very negative and in fact bearish perspective on Bitcoin, which means what? It's a contrarian indicator. Remember guys, when the majority of the public are going one way, often that's a contrarian signal, which means it's a signal that bodes well for Bitcoin. It's a positive signal for Bitcoin. The third factor is that there are some positive divergences on the chart of Bitcoin, which is also a positive signal for Bitcoin. Now, I don't want to stress this fact. At the moment, we really don't know which direction Bitcoin is going to move. The pulse signal on my chart seems to indicate a big potential move is going to happen, and there are some clues that tell us that this big move could potentially happen to the upside, which means what? You need to watch the 6,800 level on Bitcoin, 6,800. If we break through 6,800, that's a good signal, in fact, that we might be breaking further higher and that we might break this triangle to the upside. So guys, once again, a huge thanks to you for being subscribers of this channel. Thank you very much indeed. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also please subscribe for future updates. Thanks a lot.